Good morning. Welcome to this Digital Weather Now forecast. The main story today, as the title of this live video is, or was stated, it is the heat. It is hot outside already. 11 o'clock, 90 degrees in the city of Savannah. You know, that data out of Hinesville may be a little old, only reporting 81. I think that is old data here. That station may be a little bit delayed in its reporting, seeing what's going on there. But elsewhere, upper 80s already, many communities in the lower 90s. So today, once again, the story is the heat, not just the actual temperatures like what we just took a look at, but also the combination, the interaction between the relative humidity, the moisture that is there, and the actual hot temperatures that, of course, we're already feeling outside. The interaction of the two, the heat index, that is why we have a heat advisory here for the coastal empire north of the Altamaha River and the low country from noon until 7. Though it's already feeling pretty hot out there. And, you know, we just took a look at temperatures. Let's take a look at feels like temperatures already, feeling like 105 Waycross, 102 in Alma, 105 Claxton, 104 Sylvania, 102 at Hunter, the south side, 101 Savannah, 107 in Beaufort. So again, it is very hot outside already, and we're only going to get hotter from here. In fact, the hottest time is really going to be between 1 and maybe 6 o'clock in the early evening time frame. Letting this hour-by-hour heat index forecast load up. While it is, I'm going to go to the WTOC TV Facebook page. There I'm going to be answering questions. I'm going to check back with Twitter as well, any tweets you may have, and I'm going to update this graphic, let you know the times to be alert here are actually really between maybe noon and 7 p.m., the time that advisory is in effect. We can drop off some of these later ones here. I don't need to be worrying about any sort of heat issues then, but a little bit earlier in the day, certainly between noon and 7, heat indices 105 to 110. That's hot, and that's the kind of heat that can cause issues, especially for those that aren't really in tune with how they're feeling, or that maybe have health issues like asthma or something else that could make them more susceptible to very hot temperatures. So wanting you to be alert to the possibility of some heat issues out here. If you have yard plans today, if you have errands to run today that may be a little more strenuous, or if you have sports practices, your kiddos have practices that are outdoors this afternoon, this evening, make sure they are really paying attention to how they're feeling during the afternoon hours. You know, we deal with this every summer, but today a little extra hot, just below record levels. All right, let's see what folks are asking. We do have that heat advisory in effect. That's the big topic of conversation today. Let's see. Becky says it's oppressive out now. I am Miss Trina says I'm in Beaufort, won't even look outside until after 7. It's not a bad day, but it is hot. So if you're outside, try to sit in the shade, drink a cool beverage, cold water. 103, Ryan says it's feeling like in Reidsville. Yeah, it's hot out there for sure. And Ish says it's so hot. Time to get the topwater lures ready. Johnny, absolutely the case. Ryan, yeah, it's hot out there. Gan says she guesses she will lay in her pool all day. It sounds like a good idea. And let's see. Joe says be sure to take care of your furry friends, especially ones with thicker coats. Absolutely the case. Also, loved ones, friends, family that may not have the best air conditioning, may have health concerns that are more, you know, tend to flare up when it's hot outside. Certainly that's the case, Joe. And you are welcome. I am Miss Trina. Thank you for watching. Just letting you know it's going to be a really hot day out there. Tomorrow as well, going to be a really hot day. In fact, high temperatures here for the next several days in the 90s throughout the entirety of the 7-day forecast. Today, tomorrow, some of the hottest temperatures, some of the highest, the hottest heat indices 105 to 110. A little bit cooler Friday, Saturday. You know, a little bit, a few degrees, but we'll take it. 95, 95, Sunday, Mondays, high pressure tries to build back in, and we will see hot weather return back to the first alert forecast. The other thing we're tracking today, we could see a few isolated pop-up showers, perhaps a thunder shower out there this afternoon. But I want to take you outside, show you what we're watching right now. WTOC Franklin Chevrolet, Chatham Parkway Skycam. Really not seeing too much out there in the way of cloud cover. Hard to even find one. But I think as we continue to heat up the atmosphere, clouds will grow a little bit. We will be seeing some cloud cover out there. And as we jump out and back to first alert hour by hour, what radar may look like through the day, of course, we're quiet now, not much in the way of cloud cover even. But going into early afternoon, along the sea breeze, number one, and inland, depending on how hot we get, we'll see some of the clouds growing a little bit. a little bit taller, and some of those will become tall enough to produce some shower activity, maybe some thunder showers. So by 1 p.m., maybe 2, we might see isolated showers, thunder showers begin to develop, and then kind of spread inland. Again, if anything develops today, it's going to be really isolated, but just want you to be aware there could be a couple of pop-ups. I know a lot of the focus is on the heat today, but if you are going outside, getting your exercise in, maybe later this afternoon, this evening after that peak heating, we still could be having a couple of showers. Here we are at 4 p.m., a couple of little blips on first alert radar, maybe some thunderstorms, 5, 6. Notice how many areas see absolutely nothing today. So it's going to be isolated, only a handful of people getting in and cashing in, if you will, on the rainfall, the cooling rainfall activity this afternoon. But there is still that chance, and we just want you to be aware of it. Breaking out the 7-day forecast here in more detail, talking rain chances over the next several days and the temperature trend. Remember, both things we're watching pretty closely this week. Heat is getting the main attention, but it is going to feature, the 7-day forecast that is, at least daily low-end chances for showers and thunderstorms. Let's see. Melanie says, beautiful, but it's hot. It is. It's not a bad day. It's just really, really hot. Just want you to pay extra attention to how you're feeling out there. Alice, I should say, sorry about that, says, we live in a swamp. It certainly feels like we do out there today. And Tanika says she feels so bad for the homeless. You know, anyone out there, if you see anyone outside working, you know, lawn crews, GDOT officials, anyone, if you can safely do so, make sure you give them some water, cold Gatorade, cold water, and that'll certainly not only be a kind gesture, but really could help them out on a really hot day like it is today. Let's see. Ryan, that is good advice as well. Cynthia says, no more heat. I can't take it. You're welcome, Lori. We have a lot more heat in the 7-day forecast, but really abnormally warm or closer to records and heat advisory criteria type of heat today, tomorrow. A little bit cooler, but we'll be having heat indices in the upper 90s, lower 100s still, just not quite as hot as today, throughout basically the entirety of the 7-day forecast. I think a few more showers, thunderstorms Friday, Saturday, possibly again into next Tuesday, but an isolated rain chance every day. Maybe you get in and cash in on some of those cooling downpours. You are lucky if you get anything, but of course it could help cool you down. Ashley, waving to you as well. Hopefully you're having a good day out there. And, like someone said here, let's scroll back and see who said that. Who said that? Melanie, you kind of hit the nail on the head there. It's a pretty day, but it is a hot day, a day where we're going to have heat indices, and the dangerous threshold here, maybe 105 to 110. That's kind of the window we're looking at. So a couple things to keep in mind. Limit your outdoor exercise during the hottest time of the day, basically 1 to 5 p.m. Drink plenty of water and electrolytes. It's not just the water, but as you sweat, you lose some of the natural salts in your body, so replacing those with electrolytes, certainly a good idea as well. If outside, stay cool, find shade. I know a lot of folks work outside. If you can take breaks, hopefully you do get regular breaks out there. Do so in the shade. Remain aware of how you are feeling. If you start to get a headache, you start to feel dehydrated, you get nauseous, your lips get cracked, so you can feel them, drying out. Really just take a break, really rehydrate yourself, get in a cool spot. And don't forget about your pets, as folks have mentioned in our Facebook feed out there. And the pets, also loved ones, friends, family, your neighbors that may not have the best air conditioning or that are more at risk to certain health problems during hot weather. Check on them as well today. Just be a good neighbor, be a good loved one, and Coastal Empire and Low Country resident. I want to take you to the WTOC weather app. You can track current conditions here. I have videos in the app talking about today's heat and about the isolated shower and thunderstorm chance. Both of those features kind of covered individually, more in depth here in those videos you can find for free in the WTOC weather app, hour by hour forecast, and back up at the top. It's not reporting right now. You see the dashed lines, but maybe there's just an issue with the airport observation at this given moment. But here you can see what it feels like, what the actual air temperature is at any given time of day, and your feels like forecast, feeling like it's in the lower 100s pretty much all afternoon. All that data is right there, and if you would like a more in-depth look at heat tips as far as child and pet concerns as far as traveling in the car, maybe those little tidbits of information about the unfortunate instances that we don't think will happen but do happen time and time again, leaving your pets and your loved ones in the back seat. You can get those helpful hints at WTOC.com on the weather page. All you have to do is hover over the weather tab, hot safety tips or heat safety tips, click on that, and there are videos, a lot of good text information there with great information to help keep you, your family safe in the unlikely but still very, very unfortunate event that we do have an issue like that later today. Again, not hoping for that, certainly, but by sharing that information with you, your friends, your loved ones, any parent out there, you certainly help reduce the risk that does occur. So this is what you're watching today, what we're feeling. It's the heat, 105 to 110. That's your peak heat index today. Time now, 11:11. Going to be watching temperatures warm here quickly over the next couple of hours. May have to raise them a little bit, and I'll have that updated forecast. Also look at that slight rain chance this afternoon coming up on the news at noon. Have a good afternoon.